Hi, and welcome back to the Blue Wave Sports Show. We have the panel. With us to my right, we have Avi, and to the left, we have Andrew. All right, so now we're going to talk about FAU football recruiting. National Signing Days, less than a week away, guys, on Wednesday. How do you think Partridge has been doing? Not that on the trail itself, after 3-9 a year. When he first came in, he was known as a recruiting coordinator at Arkansas and Wisconsin, and he has South Florida ties. And the class he has coming in seems to be shaping up really well. As according to Rivals, we have the second-base recruiting class behind Marshall, who of course won Conference USA. So what do you guys think about it so far? Let's start with you, Al.
Well, I think a big renewed focus that Partridge has brought is just he's brought a real sense of identity to the area. He's present at a lot of these high school games, awareness. A lot of the kids with the previous FAU coaching regime, Pelini wasn't so involved in the high school games down here, going to the games, meeting the student athletes, meeting the coaches, developing the relationships that you actually need to recruit these kids. As you had just said, Partridge is already having ties to this area through Wisconsin and Arkansas. Obviously helps bringing kids.
What about you?
I agree with Avi. I mean, it's great to see a lot of South Florida kids come and play for FAU, who getting guys from our backyard. I am concerned our defensive line, it looks like we only have 2 guys committed. Our defensive line was very slim this year. One of the main reasons I didn't think our defense performed well was because our defensive line didn't do well at pass rush because of injuries and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get maybe 1 or 2 more defensive linemen before Wednesday, but we'll see.
Well, I think what hurt us a lot during the year in terms of the defensive line was that our depth was not there. Clearly, when Partridge came in, injuries depleted the team, and once we tried to go to the second and third units, we didn't have anyone there. We were starting walk-ons at one point. So that's what really Partridge needs to set the foundation for the depth. What do you guys think about the recruiting battle potentially? We have 3-star quarterback Daniel Parrish, who's already enrolled on campus, which is good because he's a semester ahead. And, I mean, he turned down Miami, Marshall, Cincinnati to come play for Owls. That's a pretty good guy coming out of Dwyer. That's a huge take.
I think it just speaks to the vision that Partridge is able to sell to these recruits. You come to FAU, you can be part of the program that actually turns things around here, make FAU on par with the other in-state schools.
I agree. I mean, Daniel Parr is going to be a great addition. I feel like once Johnson graduates next year, because I believe Johnson's going to be quarterback next year, it's going to be a great battle between Parr and Driscoll to battle out who's going to be the starter.
Dismissing Hankerson, I see. Hankerson?
I mean, we'll see. It all depends on how Hankerson develops more throughout the years. But, I mean, definitely Driscoll was a highly recruited quarterback for us, and then Parr was another highly recruited quarterback for us. And these are Partridge's guys, so I think he may lean towards them more than Hankerson because Hankerson came in under Pelini's.
The beauty of that, though, is to even have 3 options or to even be looking at 3 options. And, we just spoke about depth and being able to recruit and create depth, and there you go.
As an aside, it was just announced earlier this week that FAU will be playing UCF in a home-and-home starting, I believe, in 2018, 2019. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I think it's great. Anytime we can play in-state against another team is great because it shows recruits, hey, we can compete with some of the top in-state schools like UF. We're still playing Miami, USF. It just shows we are trying to play at the top level that we can, and kind of keeps all the in-state recruits to show, hey, FAU is trying to get on the map.
Absolutely. I think any in-state rivalry is incredibly healthy. You need that.
Now to transition from college football to the big-time Super Bowl. Of course, this week we have New England versus Seattle, Deflategate, and the Marshall Allen Lynch thing. Finally, on the field, gridiron stuff. We can get away all with the hoopla and the media stuff. What do you guys think about the key matchups with the game?
I'm here just not get fined, so I'm not here to talk about the game. No, kidding. In all seriousness now, my New England Patriots taking their 4th Super Bowl, defeating the Seattle Seahawks, denying the Seahawks their 2nd straight championship. The Seahawks come into this game. Obviously, we know the Legion of Boom, a little bit banged up. Marshawn Lynch being the best weapon they have. I think the Patriots, they take away the things you do best. They'll force Russell Wilson to make throws from within the pocket. And, you're throwing against the best corner in the game, Darrelle Revis, and that doesn't necessarily bode well for you.
Not to mention they have Browner on the other side, who used to play for the Seahawks last year, and he knows their playbook.
I think it's going to be a great game. These 2 teams are very well coached. Both teams have great running backs in LeGarrette Blunt and Marshawn Lynch. I think if the Patriots want to win this game, they're going to have to rely on Blunt because ball control is the key to beat the Seahawks if you saw how the Cowboys and other teams beat them. But I got to go with the Seahawks in this game. I think that defense, Cam Chancellor.
What's the score?
I'm going to say 27-24. Or I think Cam Chancellor is one of those safeties that can cover a guy like Gronkowski. If you can limit Gronkowski, the Patriots offense really doesn't have that many weapons. And Julian Edelman's a solid slot guy that Brady can hit. Brendan LaFell did not turn out the way that the Patriots want it to be. So if they can limit Gronkowski and force Brady to throw it to the other receivers, I think the defense can bode well. And then Russell Wilson is a very underrated quarterback in my opinion. I think he can make those throws when he needs to. If you look at the Packers game, he had couple mistakes early in the game, but when he needed to win that game, he made those throws to lead the Seahawks over the Packers. I think if he comes out firing against this Patriots defense, it'll make it easier for Marshawn Lynch to run the football and control this game.
I think a point you're bringing up that the Seahawks started off slow. Unlike the Packers, if the Seahawks start off slow against the Patriots,
they will not.
Much like the Seahawks, it's pedal to the metal with them. So neither team can afford to make any type of turnovers in this game.
Prediction?
Well, as you know, I just said the Patriots winning. But
Score.
I think similar to what Andrew said, a 27-24 game. I don't see it breaking more higher than 35. I see it being fairly low scoring.
I definitely think that if the Patriots score 30, I do not think Seattle is going to score 30. I think that's the magic number. If the Patriots can get 30, then I think they win. I think an underevaluated element to the game is Seattle's defense or New England's defense versus Seattle's offense.
Absolutely.
People are sleeping on New England's defense. Much improved. They're healthy with their secondary. I'm not necessarily impressed with Seattle's offense all the time. I mean, aside from Marshawn Lynch, Golden Tate will have his moments with breaking out, but I think I really don't want to
Golden Tate's no longer on the team. I think
I'm sorry,
Doug
not
Baldwin,
Golden Tate. Yeah, I mean
Paul
Doug Baldwin,
Richardson.
that's right, yeah.
I think something the Patriots need to watch out for is Brandon Browner. We just spoke about him, a very good cornerback, a very physical corner. Is known for getting called a lot for pass interference and defensive holding. And the Seahawks, despite maybe not having the best receiving corps, you don't need to have the best receivers.
I think Seattle's going to win. I think it's going to be really low scoring. I think it's going to be 23-17 Seattle. I think that they're going to get to Brady a lot, harass him, as we can see in the Giants gave the blueprint in the Super Bowl. And I think Pete Carroll has something to prove against Belichick, the guy who replaced him years ago before he went off to USC. I think he has something to show to the New England organization that they didn't really give him enough time, 2-3 years. He needed more time to develop a scheme with the organization. But that's all we have for now. That's our Super Bowl predictions. We'll see you guys next week.
Well, Super Bowl prediction. I have Katy Perry, 7 outfit changes.